How does a man have such a big Hermes bag collection? Female Hermes bag collection. But let's rephrase that. How have I sold over $30 million worth of Hermes bags over the last 3 years? We're gonna dive into this video educating you on Hermes, some stats and statistics, but most importantly, how I have such a huge female Hermes bag collection and how I own every single one of these bags here and more. And how I've sold over $30 million worth of Hermes bags over the last 3 years. Selling to the likes of the Ambani family, famous celebrities, famous athletes, and a lot more ultra high net worth individuals. Now, my name's Harley McGrockran, and I'm the CEO and founder of Trendsourcing Dubai. Now, of course, you know who I am, and of course, you've seen my face, because of course, 95% of people that come in here are sick of my TikTok videos, my Instagram reels, and what I put out on YouTube. Why? Because I'm a man with an insane Hermes female bag collection. So let's dive into my story and how exactly that I come into the Hermes space. Now, as you know from previous stories and podcasts, I've been in the personal shopping space now for over 9 years, but I haven't been in the Hermes space for 9 years. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I've probably got over 9 years worth of knowledge, but I crammed that into 3 years worth of educating myself and collaborating with experts in the space and clients to really understand the space, how lucrative it is, and to know exactly what to buy, when to buy, and where to buy from. Now, every single bag that you see shot, videoed, and displayed across our social media is owned by myself. We really steer away from consignment because I'm a bit of a control freak. I like to have full control over our bags. And of course, I want to give you guys the best price. And in doing that, I need to be buying at the best price and selling at the best price. So let's dive into exactly how did I come into the space. Now, being that young personal shopper, I always idolized ultra high net worths and celebrities. And what did all of these people have in common other than millions in the bank? They all were Birkins, Depeshes, Kellys. But I never really knew if I would ever obtain a client like this or knew how to get into the space until an inquiry came in 2023, where a client from Dubai, and bear in mind I wasn't in Dubai yet, had found my UK business and said, can you find me a Birkin 25? In all honesty, I probably tried to steer away from the inquiry because I didn't know where to start. But this gave me a bit of a light bulb moment. Imagine I could find this bag for him. What would that then lead to? Today, this person, and you know who you are, is one of my biggest clients. But the search was now on. This was my light bulb moment, my turning point in business to start educating myself on what price should I sell for? How do I know the bag's authentic? Is there a big margin in this piece? All three of these things need to be educated, and I need to really double down to be able to break into the space. And I knew that if I got this client on, found this bag, this would be the start of something special. And here we are today. Over 14 months in Dubai, being Dubai's fastest growing personal shopper and playing a massive, crucial part in the Hermes resale space. That was the pinnacle of my journey as a personal shopper and reseller. So from that point on, it was now time to start educating myself. I reached out to every single market leader in the Hermes leather goods space. I wanted to know how they come into the space, their journey, how they authenticate, how they understand price points, for me to then go away and really educate myself, knowing that when I go all in and lock in on this space, I come across like an expert. If you would have interacted with me last year, I was 60% there. I would like to say I'm 85% there now. I know so much about Hermes. I know what to buy, when to buy, where to buy from. I know the difference between different leathers. I can put you into an appreciative asset when it comes to Hermes, and I can tell you what's not going to make money. I can tell you how to manipulate your journey within the retail space to even get a bag at retail. But ultimately, when you walk into the Trendsourcing Dubai office now, you're going to be immediately comforted by how much knowledge I have in the space, even if I am a man with a bigger Hermes bag collection than my wife. In 2024, I made the move to come to Dubai. This meant there's going to be now a lot of inbound inquiries for Hermes. Hermes makes the world go round here. You tell me where in Dubai that you can go for a morning coffee and not see a Birkin. It's never going to happen. Every day, every second, you are going to be slapped in the face with either Hermes bouncing sneakers, ready to wear, Croco Depeshes, or of course the infamous Birkin and Kelly, because they're absolutely everywhere, which reminds me why I'm in the space. Now, aside from that, there's loads of stats and statistics that tell you why you should be in the resale space. I transitioned from low-end designer brands to high-end designer brands because I looked at the stats and statistics and I really started to identify, why are people paying such a premium for Hermes? Why are people literally dribbling for Birkin 25s? Why are people fighting with Hermes Direct because Hermes are not giving them a bag? Well, in 2014, Hermes released some stats. They produce between 70,000 to 120,000 Hermes bags per annum. In today's statistics, today, the 23rd of August, right? There is 8.24 billion people in the population. I'll let you work that one out. 70,000 to 120,000 Hermes bags made per annum, 8.2 billion people in the world. Now, this is my reminder to you, and sorry to break it to you, you're not gonna get a Hermes bag at retail. And if you are, they're gonna make you spend a fortune, right? And as you know, in the UAE, you have to spend 350,000 dirhams in the Hermes store to even be looked at for leather goods, to where you then go onto a wish list, to when you're then not even given the bag that you want, which makes my market even stronger, which even motivated me more to get educated, because the more educated that I am, the more comfortable you guys will feel. And when you come in here and I run you through the stats, statistics, what to buy, where to buy, leather, hardware, price, and give you a full all-round service, no doubt you're gonna leave here with a piece. Now, if we look at other brands as well, and this is how I really studied the market, I went deep in education. And I say this to everybody, no matter what industry you're in, educating yourself will be your biggest asset, because you can walk into a room uneducated and be swallowed alive. Walk into a room educated and you'll take over the space. If you know what you're talking about, even if you don't know what you're talking about, but you educate yourself before, and this is what I done. Now, this is a funny story actually, is in 2024, when I opened the showroom in April, I knew that we was gonna get a lot of inbound traffic. I knew that clients were gonna come in just to speak to me, test me, see how educated I was. I wasn't at my strongest point then. So what I used to do is, we was appointment only, and we still are, but we was very strict on, you can only book an appointment with us. That allowed me to identify what my client was looking for. So a lady would come into the store, she's looking for a Kelly 25. I would then use every resource online, YouTube, social media, and really study a Kelly 25 prior to her coming in. That allowed me today to just know everything about a Kelly 25. Different levers, hardwares, investments, special orders. At what year should bags be sold at? Yeah, a different stamp. You can tell me what's a K stamp, what's a W stamp, and I can tell you off the tongue now because I know everything. But last year, I had to pre-educate myself, pre-appointment, to make sure that I come across even more educated than I was. With doing that, that sits me as Dubai's fastest growing personal shopper now, because I know what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. I don't put clients into bag for a profit. I'll put clients into bag for an enjoyment. I'll put clients into bag for an appreciation. If a client makes money on a piece, they're more inclined to come back and buy. Of course, not every Hermes bag makes money. So we do say to clients, this bag will probably depreciate, and I'll try and give you a rough estimation of how much that's going to depreciate. But I'll always offer a buyback promise to all of my clients as well. Going through some stats and statistics, and I'm jumping back into this, right, because this is what really allowed me to align with the market and be as strong as we are now. And of course, I'm still learning. I'm making some amazing decisions, and I'm obviously making some mistakes in the market as well. Looking at Louis Vuitton and Chanel, because these are probably two, and Goyard as well, but these are probably the competitors of Hermes, right? You've got Hermes, you've got Chanel, I would probably say Louis Vuitton, Dior, and then Goyard. That's the roadmap of leather goods. Someone said to me the other day, what after Hermes? I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's the ultimate pinnacle of leather goods and bags and accessories, right? Once you get to the Hermes point, you're only going to go through the ranks of the different bags and leathers and exotics. But looking at Louis Vuitton, and I looked at their stats, they're producing between 1.2 and 1.4 million bags per annum, right? That's nearly a million and 1.5 million more than what Hermes are producing. And it's even funny because Chanel don't even disclose these numbers, which tells me that they overproduce anyway. And it's why you don't see many Chanels in the office. It's too accessible. Every single Chanel boutique will have something of your choice, which is why Hermes have positioned themselves as one of the strongest leather goods brands. Can't buy online, wish list no matter who you are. I mentioned some VIPs at the start. If my service is good enough for royalties and the Ambani families and your 1%, then the service is good enough for anybody, right? But these people have got so much financial power, they can't even get any bag that they want. And this is why Hermes has become the strongest in the market, performing better than S&P 500. I would say even performing better than watches. It's why most watch dealers now try and offer a bag service, because they know how lucrative the market is. It's an insane magnet to everything else. Someone buying a bag will buy a watch, will buy real estate, will buy supercars, which ties into something coming soon, which is our one-stop shop. And let's run through some of these bags from a resale perspective. This Croco Graphite 2025 retails at 33,000 euro. This sells today for 54,000 euro plus. If you pick this bag up at retail, would you keep it? Maybe. I wouldn't personally, because you're going to make 21,000 euro if you sell to an end client. Pink Sakura Birkin 25 retails at 7,980 euro, reselling today for around 24,000 euro. Birkin 25 Navy in Epsom leather palladium hardware, again, retailing at around 8,000 euro. You can resell this today now for 27,000 euro. This shows you how much appreciation these bags sit on. If you're buying at retail, you're gonna make a heavy premium. But the good thing about these bags, right, is these bags are holding assets. Now you've seen the market is appreciating. It goes up 6% every single year. And just to show you where the price points are in appreciation, right? A Kelly Depeche standard leather 2 years ago now retailed at around 5,000 euro. Today, retails at around 7,000 euro. So that's a 2,000 euro increase. We're sitting there at nearly a 45% increase in retail value, yet Hermes should go up 6% every single year. So the stats and statistics online are not as accurate, but when you look at the price points and you compare them next to each other, there's a massive appreciation point. Question is, what will be the retail of these bags in 5 years? Who knows? I can see the Birkin 25 exceeding 10,000 euro for your standard leather, and I can see Kelly Depeche's probably going over your 45,000 euro mark. This shows you how powerful the brand is, right? And it shows you why many clients now are putting all of their money and investment into leather goods. Some people collect cars, some people collect watches. Well, I collect female Hermes bags. And as weird as it says saying it, every single bag has a story. Every single bag on this wall here is a journey of my success, is a journey of the business, is an inquiry, is a reason behind why I bought it. Prime example, this blue mini Kelly Croco. Now, I always invest in standard pieces. This one for me was a risk bag. I looked at this bag, it's 2025, and I said, you know what? This bag is gonna sit very special in my showroom. And the response, the inquiries, and clients coming in to see it, explains that I know what I'm talking about. This bag here is the cheapest mini Kelly Croco 2025 in the market, and we have it available for 235,000 dirham. This color is absolutely insane. This Birkin 25, this shows me about my buyback promise. So every single bag here has a story, has a reason behind it. This Kelly Cut Croco 2013, you don't find 2013 bags, brand new stickered of this caliber in the market. I want it, I've got it, it's available at Trendsourcing today. So every single bag has a story and has a journey of my journey within the space. I own every single one of these bags and the value of them are insane. This is my motivation every single morning. Like it is for some of you women, right? When you wake up and look at your walk-in wardrobe and there's Birkins and Kellys and female bags and whatnot, that's probably your motivation. Unfortunately, it's better for you than it is for me because you get to wear them. Not that I would wear any of these bags. This is my style, not this. But back to the question, why does a man have so many Hermes bags? Because I love what I do. And when you love what you do, it never feels like work. But most importantly, if you're new to the Hermes space or you're looking for an investment or you want to come and see my incredible collection in person, come down and find us. Based in the Golden Diamond Park, Building 2B, Floor 2, 2209. Come in and see me. Let's talk about your next investment. Let's talk about why my collection is so broad. And let me tell you more about my story and where I'm going to take the brand, because this collection here is absolutely nothing compared to what I've got coming. I need more space. You give me more space, I'll give you more bags. So let's talk in the comments, right? Do you see these bags as investments? Do you understand the hype behind Hermes? Will you be investing in a Hermes bag? And even guys, can these investments be for you? Right? Like many people, as I said, collect art and watches. These investments here are also still investments for me. These are my investments. So as a guy in the Hermes space with so many Hermes bags, my fellow investors and collectors, after this video, would you now start collecting Hermes bags? I want to know in the comments below.